The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, I'm Mary Silla Kelleton with the news.
And I'm Terry. Join me later on in the bulletin with sports.
In this edition, Southern Highlands PEC sworn in, O'Neill appeals for peace, and Ashes hold Marlins to a draw.
Governor for Southern Highlands, William Powie, was recently sworn in as the chairman of the Southern Highlands Provincial Executive Council at the Agiru Center in Mendi Town. He was sworn in by the Senior Provincial Magistrate of Mendi. Prime Minister James Marape and the Provincial Assembly members witnessed the occasion.
Southern Islands Governor William Powie is chairman of the Provincial Assembly after his recent swearing in. 4 MPs of Southern Islands, including Yalebu Pangia MP Peter O'Neill, Imbongu MP Pilaniningi, Mendi Munio MP Raphael Tonpi, and Nipakutubu MP Dr. Billy Joseph were sworn in as well. MP for Kagwa Erave, Maino Pana, is yet to be sworn in as he was away in the district. Powie thanked former Prime Minister and MP for Yalebu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, for being present.
Very importantly, we also like to recognize him, the Honorable Peter O'Neill, in this great occasion. Thank you for your humble invitation. I accept him this invitation, Ms. Salimta. We have to be mature, grow out of this. One of kind issues na situation we plus staff dongan, you may leader, house one domipla, provincial Japan staff. So you can stop one time and deliver him service.
Governor Powie says having the province's leaders come together for this occasion showed leadership in addressing peace in Mendi Town and other law and order challenges. He urged all leaders to work together to restore peace in Mendi after the election-related violence in 2022, resulting in properties being destroyed and many lives lost.
This is a great opportunity for us to showcase him leadership along Southern Highlands Provincial Government and restoring Mendi Town, more importantly Mendi Town. Because if you go to Yalebu Pangia, you go to Kagwarabe, you go along Imbongu, you go along Nipakutubu, and the rural Mendi Munio, our people are living in peace. It's only Mendi Town that we need to restore and give credibility so that sub-national government and provincial government under leadership can stand up now immediately redirecting development from people of the union.
Powie also acknowledged the presence of Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology and MP for Kandep Don Polie, Minister for Internal Security Peter Chiamalili Jr. and Minister for Agriculture Ayetambua for accompanying the Prime Minister to witness the event. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Southern Highlands Province have also passed a provincial budget of 567 million kina last Thursday. Chairman of the Provincial Assembly and Governor William Powie clarified that the 2023 provincial budget appropriation is subject to change as he discusses further with the districts.
The Southern Islands Provincial Assembly have passed 560 million kina appropriation budget for 2023 last Thursday. The budget was approved by all the Provincial Assembly members, including the 4 MPs of Southern Islands. Governor William Powie thanked the PEC members for their support in approving the budget. He clarified that 280 million kina will be from the national government, while the balance will come from the internal revenue, including development levy and royalties.
Total from the national government budget, and we looking the budget of 280,899. That's the Southern Highlands provincial component only given long end. So people are also factoring internal revenue, including development levy, royalties, or another revenue where Southern Highlands is projecting, and people come long estimation of 280 million. So total put together would be 560 million in total.
Bowie also revealed that sector grants from the national government were never translated into service delivery in the province, an area that the provincial administration needs to take ownership of and use the funding for its intended purpose.
The sector grants in some provinces, like for example, education, health, infrastructure, administration, so we're translating this law to link to service delivery. So there is a clear track record of service delivery using the sector grants. In my province, the 277 sector grants, I have no visibility because I'm also clear. A lot of it is going to hire vehicles, a lot of it is going to these stationaries. So there is no clear visibility of service delivery track record using sector grants.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Former Prime Minister and MP for Yalibu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, has appealed to all leaders in Southern Highlands to be accountable to the people. O'Neill made the call when speaking at the first Provincial Assembly meeting in Mendi.
MP for Yalibu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, has appealed to all leaders of the Southern Islands to put aside their political differences and work together to serve the people. O'Neill says for too long, Southern Islands, especially Mendi, have been getting bad names for the wrong things the people have done. He said most times law and order issues in the province were caused by the leaders and not the people.
Why are you going to and promise for you mean? Our people deserve it. At least you start the house to house, na sindan the imam master solo, man married by you, or na sindan good, or picking equal school good.
O'Neill also challenged Prime Minister James Marape and Governor Bowie to take the lead in serving both Ella and Southern Islands as they are sister provinces.
Lo 2019 yung beautiful brother, Governor Blamina, Prime Minister, beautiful Lusimena Egona, Ibla Fomi Mudla. Ibla beautiful Tokal Semina, Wogan Budla Wokna, Mena Lugat to Tubla province. Tami tayo maradbay ni Resana, Ibla Wokin. Now, leadership stop the hand with Ibla. Take the lead.
MP for Nipakutubu, Dr. Billy Joseph, also challenged Governor Bowie to do a thorough check on the public service machinery in the province and start making some tough decisions.
Why are public servants owning fleets and fleets of vehicles and machineries? And why are you guys doing business? You want to be a public servant or you want to be a businessman? You have to make a choice now. You must make a decision for you. The people of Southern Highlands don't have to suffer for your incompetence and for your greed. We have suffered enough. We are here to make a new start, and it has to start now.
Governor Bowie says effective measures will be taken on public servants who do not abide by the Public Service Management Act. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meanwhile, MP for Nipakutubu, Dr. Billy Joseph, has called on the Department of Works and Highways to investigate and select contractors on merit to build road projects in Southern Highlands. He said many projects in the province were incomplete due to dubious deals done in Port Moresby.
I see that the same stupid contractors are getting money from the department. Who's doing it? Who said all the money? One can contractor who is at fault? Works department, you need to work. Okay. National planning. National planning. I don't want to see some contracts from national planning coming from a district. I don't want to see that. Works department, I don't want to see some small contractors from mostly you deal in Karakan, Ogam, place plumbing, electric plumbing is not going to happen.
TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
OpenNet. The grease stripper is more powerful than ever before. It is now 100% effective in grease removal. Every concentrated dab is packed with grease and oil stripping power. A breakthrough dishwashing solution. Axion has 100% effective grease stripping power. No oiliness, no bad odor, no struggle. This is the best grease stripping.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager. Bongum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Life. Challenge is about to get underway.
What does it mean to be a man of honor? Having the courage to stand up for what is right. Being a voice for the vulnerable. The Man of Honor campaign aims to recognize ordinary men doing extraordinary things in their communities and helping to create opportunities to make the world a better place. Do you know a Man of Honor? Nominate him today. Visit the Digicel Foundation website and social media platforms for more information. Nominations close on February 3rd, 2023.
Welcome back. The national flag carrier is in for the 49th Hiri Moale Festival, and New Guinea is sponsoring the event at a value of 75,000 kina towards the Hiri Hanenamo Quest, which is a spectacle of the Hiri Moale Festival. Chairman for Motu Koita Assembly and Deputy Governor for NCD, Daddy Toka Jr., acknowledged the sponsors and stated that the Assembly is looking forward for the beginning of another long-term sponsor. Deputy Governor stated that the Air New Guinea sponsorship covers international return airline tickets for the Hiri Hanenamo title winners and domestic return airline tickets for the Hiri Hanenamo contestants. The Hiri Moale Festival will be held at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. It is a platform that selects young women from Motu and Koitabu villages to represent their people as a cultural ambassador. Port Moresby General Hospital, the premier referral and teaching hospital in the country, leads the way in the health sector in dedicating its annual activities to God, acknowledging Him as the supreme power over everything. On Friday, January 27, the management and staff of the hospital held a dedication service on the hospital administration lawn.
The dedication service held by the management and staff of Port Moresby General Hospital started with prayer and song by the chaplain team and the blowing of the shofar and the opening remarks from the chaplaincy coordinator. Port Moresby General Hospital CEO Dr. Paki Malumi thanked the staff and management for good 2022 and said he looks forward for a better 2023, now with full implementation of the corporate plan. Dr. Malumi reflected on their experience when they struggled to acquire government funding because of no plans.
It's something new to you, but soon as we go along, you will realize the importance of having a corporate plan and an annual activity plan. Why that is important and had a big impact is that we have significant increase in our operational budget for 2023. That has come about because you have put a plan. The government will only give you money when you have a plan and they can see the plan happening.
He said the corporate plan 2022 to 2024 will be a transition plan, preparing PNG heads to be the National Specialist Referral Teaching Hospital as per the National Health Plan 2021 to 2030.
We are preparing a bigger clinical services plan and an infrastructure nurture plan. We've engaged one of the international organizations that prepares big plans for big hospitals around the world.
He said the board has endorsed Health Projects International, who are based in Sydney, to assist the hospital. Two of their teams have already visited the hospital facilities and they are designing the cancer facilities. After the remarks by divisional heads, the gathering was closed by benediction performed by Father John and the chaplain. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
Turning overseas, an Adelaide surrealist has highlighted the stories of homeless people across the state in his latest living art installation. Today he encouraged a group of high-profile South Australians to step into their shoes while painted gold from head to toe.
Covered in gold to highlight those who are invisible, prominent South Australians were transformed into statues at Rundle Mall this morning, while the stories of those who have become homeless played over a speaker. Henley-based artist Andrew Baines hopes his latest work, Behind the Guise of Homelessness, will challenge stereotypes and encourage the fortunate to imagine how their luck could turn.
Erin Phillips will be a mother running away, distressed with a baby. We've got Nat Cook holding an eviction notice, just because she's obviously got nowhere to go. She's been kicked out.
After coming close to homelessness himself during the global financial crisis, it's a personal topic for Baines.
I thought one day I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to create something to let people know how bad it can be. And because I don't want people to judge homeless people, I want them to realise that they're just like us.
Participants are on a mission to end the stigma and push for change.
You know, people try to hide it. People are couch surfing or living in cars and may well be employed. It's really important that people have choice and affordable accommodation in order for themselves and their families to live in.
While service providers look for ways to help cope with surging demand.
We're finding at the moment with our services is that 85% of our people that are coming into our service are actually new to homelessness, have never had to use a service like that before.
Art created by Andrew Baines during the installation will be auctioned by Lutheran Care as a fundraiser.
And that ends the news segment. Coming up in Sports with Terry, Ashes forced Marlins to a draw and registration for League softball. Taking us to break now is the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager. Bongum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
Ratu looking good, goes one-handed, connects with Matawalu in turn for Rumble. Only back beautifully, this one goes wide and one missing.
Welcome back. In sports, Rabaul Ashes forced favourites Kokopo Marlins to a 16-all draw at full time in Game 2 of the Agmark Battle of Town Series played at the revamped Queen Elizabeth Park in Rabaul on Saturday. Ashes shot off to a 6-4 lead at half-time before Kokopo fought back into the contest.
The series, tagged as the Battle of Towns, was initiated to showcase the best and raw rugby league talents from Kokopo and Rabaul. Game 2 on Saturday kicked off at a blistering pace with a lot of big hits from both sides. Rabaul Ashes, despite having the home ground advantage and a series to save, shot themselves underfoot early with a lot of turnovers from poor ball handling errors. But they were at the mercy of the match referee at times, earning a number of dubious penalties to help their cause. The young Kokopo outfit, led by inspirational skipper Elias Selu, looked the better side from the opening exchanges and drew first blood when Selu himself scored on the 20th minute to take the lead 4-0 before Rabaul replied with a 4-pointer to Brian Jollum on the 30th minute to draw level 4-all. A successful penalty kick by Rabaul Ashes made the difference at half-time 6-4. The fiery showdown continued into the second stanza, with both teams showing a lot of resolve in their defense, holding their line well. Kokopo Marlins got their mojo working again, this time scoring in back-to-back fashion through Brandon Mota on the 43rd minute and Guria number 9 Nathan Tete on the 61st minute to extend the lead 16-4. With 10 minutes remaining, match referee Elliot Wama got Rabaul back into the contest with a couple of controversial calls that did not go down well with the Kokopo team. Former Guria Elipas Pidik was on song with the boot, kicking 2 penalties, plus the juniors go and try to close the game at 16-all. After Game 2, Kokopo won 1 game and drew 1, while Rabaul lost 1 and drew 1.
Lo mi pla ol Rabaul se mi pla need lo come back strong, and next week mi pla work lo one more mistakes, mi pla work him now lo disla game na Next week mi pla look forward lo comeback strong na G1 pla good la last pla final match antor brothers lo mi pla lo Kokopo.
Lo go back again, regroup again on Monday na. Stay team next week for last pla test lo. Next week lo Calabon field.
The third and final game of the Clash of Town series returns to Kokopo next Saturday for the decider at the Calabon Oval.
Central Debaris are currently in the process of the fourth edition of the Central Debaris Rugby League Nines tournament. The competition, which started on Monday, 9th January, will come to a completion in early February. Teams that won their respective finals in the zones throughout Central Province now qualify are TVWAN and Inawa Roosters from Macau, ECU Knights 2 and Highway Panthers from Kairuku East, Bahara and St. Mary's 2 from Kairuku West, Koyari Gogeras and Wasim Laumas from Koyari, Lawa Lomas and Jivoga from Hiri East, Boria Reds and Western Flames from Hiri West, Marshall Bugs and Ume Lapia from Marshall Lagoon, Josama United and Haina Waves from Amazon Bay, GGK and 23 Miles from Aroma Coast, and Hula Parellas and Beza Eels from Rigo Coast. The tournament aimed at identifying new talent in the province and eventually exposing the potential which could be scouted into Central Debaris team. The Port Moresby men's softball is now encouraging young boys and girls to join the BSP Lick Lick Junior Softball competition, which will commence next weekend at the Bissini Softball Diamonds. The special partnership with BSP was sealed early this week, valued at 19,000 kina to get the junior development program off the ground.
As soon as the word got out through social and mainstream media about the introduction of junior softball to the Port Moresby men's softball competition this season, an air of excitement is building from young softball enthusiasts in the city. With the junior competition now scheduled to start next weekend, preparations got underway over the weekend with the mowing of the grass and getting the diamonds up to scratch. Since registrations opened yesterday morning, the Bissini Diamonds was inundated with young softball enthusiasts, both boys and girls, to register for the various age groups from under 8, under 12, under 15 to under 18. Port Moresby Men's Softball Association Secretary Gertrude Simba was kept busy yesterday sorting out all the registrations and getting the team summaries done.
We had a good turnout today. We had kids rushing in to come in and register. Some of them even asked if they were going to wear their uniforms today, but we're having the games next week. It's just for registration today. So pretty good number came in to register today.
Gertrude said the competition would encourage boys and girls to play in mixed teams and will play under modified rules of softball.
It's a mixed team, yes. We're trying to encourage the girls to play in a mixed team with the boys. Be a modified version because we're including the girls team on board to play for the mix with the boys. So it's a modified one, which the rules will be out next week.
On behalf of Port Moresby Men's Softball President Jenny Park and the executive, Gertrude again acknowledged the generous support of BSP.
And that wraps up the sports segment for now. Maricela.
Thank you, Terry. Before we go, remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you're feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Have a top week ahead. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.